up, guys? Ramsey here from TheGreasyFix. I'm on my way to Simwerks right now to meet up with Brandon and Keishan. We haven't done a vlog in a while, so I thought I'd bring you guys along on just a regular day. Winter gets boring. There's nothing to do, not much goes on. It's not very exciting, so there's not many videos to make, unfortunately. Most of us are in school or work full time. Plus it gets dark at like 4 p.m. so you can't really do anything very exciting without freezing or doing it in the darkness. Yeah, we're going to Simwerks. We're gonna do some, we're gonna be setting up for this evening. There is the first race. There's a live racing series going on. Today is the first race, the kickoff race. We will be commentating live. And you guys can watch that live stream from anywhere in the future when we do this again. This is just the first one. We will be using Twitch to live stream the race while live commentating and interviewing the drivers and speaking with one another, speaking about the track, things like that. So I thought it may be a cool idea to bring you guys along with us on this adventure, because this is the first time we do live commentating. Oh, there's a Fiat Abarth next to me. Those things sound nasty. They sound like they're much bigger than they are, and I feel like it would destroy my little 115 horsepower Golf City in a race. This car is very slow, like very, very slow. Here, we'll do a little pull, second gear pull from 60. Oh, approaching a red light. I should probably slow down. Yeah, so heading to Simwerks right now. Gonna pick up Brandon and Keishan. We're gonna pick up some sandwiches, because who doesn't like sandwiches? And then we're going to endeavor on this adventure that is live commentating on racing that is done on a computer, not in real life. So we'll see you there. Stay tuned. Hey guys.
Howdy.
Keishan and Brandon have been acquired. Found them on the side of the road, naked and cold. No, I'm kidding. they were at Simwerks. They live much closer to Simwerks than I do, so it just kind of.
No, I don't.
No, Keishan lives pretty close to Simwerks.
Keishan lives closest.
You live close. You have the same distance as me, right? Like
what do you mean, brethren?
Brethren. Yeah, we're going to get some sandwiches, and I made them sit in the back seat because I am the Uber. AKA.
We can go far away.
Sure. I have a tripod set up in the front from the beginning. So we're gonna go get some sandwiches so we can be nice and fueled up for this adventure that is live commentating.
Lady in the car beside us.
Never mind. I'm just gonna bleep that out. Like, no. hey, you in the car beside us.
So we are commenting the first race in the Simwerks virtual reality race.
Is there a name for the race series?
This is Simwerks race series.
Simwerks race series.
We're gonna be commentating on today's first S1 race.
S1?
What S1?
Simwerks?
Like F1, S1.
S1, Sim1, F1, Formula 1, Simular 1. Simulo 1. We're in the beautiful Merivale area of Ottawa, Ontario.
I love these roads.
These roads are so great. They are riddled with potholes and broken sewers.
This is how you know
in.
Your suspension is nice and clean and crispy.
Yeah.
If it doesn't make a
oh
like
man,
my car.
I don't know, yo. It was like minus 34 yesterday, and I swear, like does the gas inside struts freeze when it's cold?
Not freezing.
Not freezing. It gets
harder.
It gets hard. Like my suspension was so bumpy the other day because it was freezing.
Eventually, with all the oscillations and the frequency as the bumps increase, the temperature movement increases because you're creating friction by running your fluid through a small orifice tube in the bottom of the shock, therefore causing resistance and increasing heat, eventually causing your shocks to go back to normal.
I love the word orifice. It's just so.
Especially small orifice.
Small orifice, big orifice. Whatever the orifice.
Anyways, yo, see what that Nissan Pathfinder is right there? I dummied 2 rims and 2 tires where that guy is parked.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's rough.
It was a manhole.
We're gonna do a pull in the Golf City. Ready?
Roof.
I don't know if I'm spinning tires or clutch right now. Oh no, that's tires. Longest second gear known to man.
This has been the most underwhelming.
By the way, we were only going 60 there.
That felt like a luxurious car going like 30.
We weren't even speeding.
This car is great. I may or may not have put a short ram, eBay short ram intake on this for increased excitement. Excuse me. I don't want you to wash my windshield. Please move. No. We have made it to Nicastro's, the wonderful Italian soup or market.
Come on.
Come on.
I don't know if we can vlog in there.
We don't ask permission. We stuff it in the jacket. Come on.
Trying to bun?
I would love to bun. Grab that bun, fam.
Okay, so what are you guys getting? Do I just bring them this like here?
So the TheGreasyFix, we also specialize in food. That's where the greasy comes in. We grill shit up and then we eat it with our face.
So this cheese was actually made in China in the 18th century by the Ming Dynasty. So what happens is they milk the cow and then they make it cheese and then you eat it.
Yo, is cheese just like a loaf of milk?
Milk loaf.
Sandwich options. I got some
I think I'm gonna do
capicola and prosciutto. This is lit. This is lit. Prosciutto.
they'll be the same.
I mean, like,
Mayo, a little bit of mustard. And
Sandy.
olive oil.
Acquired. Oh shit. Yellow Fanta or orange Fanta?
I once drank a 2-liter of.
Yellow or orange Fanta?
No, that's not what I said.
Yellow
I once
Fanta.
drank a 2-liter of mango juice. That was interesting.
That's horrible.
Yeah,
Getting the orange Fanta, yellow Fanta. I can't find this anywhere else in Ottawa, so if you know where to find this, that is not
Fanta?
that is not an Italian supermarket. Let me know. Fuck it.
Very kiwi.
Okay, he's making weird decisions now. All right, okay, it's time to pay and get out of here and eat this food. Bro, why?
I got lost.
But there's only one door, and the cash is right next to it.
Yeah, but that Volvo though.
That Cadillac has some serious stopping power. Look at those brakes. Look at those brakes, fam. Oh, this is my Golf City, by the way. Look how cute it is. All right, we're heading back to Simwerks, so we'll see you there. Oh, we're in Simwerks. Nice and peaceful. That's Trackwerks. That's Simwerks. That's Snackwerks over there. And I love the smell of like new buildings. I don't know why.
what are you talking about?
New buildings, bro. You guys need some budget lightweight wheels for your Honda Civic. Those are good. Keishan ran those last year. Julian ran those on his MR2. And nobody ran those because they weigh 300 pounds. So,
Do
Do they actually though?
not 300, but they're pretty heavy. Are
That's
they?
about 300 pounds, let's say, yeah.
This guy's really strong though, so.
Yo, I would just do the 720.
That's what Julian had on his MR2, didn't he?
Those are pretty nice.
You had those, right?
Oh, these are so much lighter though.
Light, eh?
The size of these. The
Nice.
size of these.
So yeah, just in a sec, we're just gonna eat some lunch, set up our gear, set up the live stream stuff, like to commentate the mics and everything, and make sure the Twitch is working, Twitch stream, and then we will probably start practicing. You know, learn a bit about the course.
Yeah. Brandon made some stylized sheets for us to know the names, the corners, little specs and
Those
information.
specs. You guys are gonna want to see this, even though you're gonna be seeing this after the live stream happens. So if we
But it'll be on Facebook, on Simwerks, and the TheGreasyFix's page, and
Sure.
you can check it out because it's our
But-
first time. And tell us what we did
Twitch.
wrong, what we did right. And thank you. Bye.
If you haven't been to Nicastro's, go.
Thanks to Castro's for hooking us up with some free subs.
They only cost full price. Enjoy this 5 seconds of us eating sandwiches while we play some pleasant music.
Greasy Eats.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Oh. Hey guys. Oh, hey. How's it going? Those were some pretty good sandwiches, eh?
Wow. Feels weird being back in mission
Yeah.
control.
We're in mission control right now.
We're currently
We are
streaming.
in the studio, in the lab, in the kitchen.
We are actually
whatever you want to.
we're actually at Simwerks.
We are at But we're in our office, as you can see. This is our temporary office. We've got a plethora of screens in front of us.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8. So there's a couple drivers right now on the sims. They are doing some practice slash qualifying.
We have Mark, Ralph, Tom, Eric, currently on doing their qualifying and practicing.
Yeah. There's only, I think it's gonna be there's 4 guys here that are actually gonna be racing this evening. Everyone else that's participating is racing from their house, which is pretty cool because everyone's just scattered all over the place, but racing together and commentating. We'll be commentating on the race that all these people are doing. We will be doing some driver interviews during the qualifying, just to keep things interesting, you know, like see what's up with the drivers. We've got a list of drivers here. We've got a map of the track. We've got a map. And yeah, so this should be pretty interesting. We wanted to bring you guys along because we've never done this before.
And yeah, it might be good, it might be bad, but we're gonna keep doing it.
Good. We appreciate your constructive and respectful criticism.
Don't be mean in the chat.
You can criticize the crap
Do
out of
whatever
us.
you want in the chat. We can't control you.
Criticize us, please, but just don't be mean. Don't be mean in your whole life, not just on the internet. Just don't be a bad person. Honestly, great things will
Ramsey
happen.
with the morals.
Life advice with Ramsey.
Anyway, so back to what we're actually talking about. This series is put together by Simwerks. I think there's 17 races in the whole series?
17.
Yeah, this
17 or
is
18?
race number 1.
Yes, race number 1. We're racing at Australia, Melbourne's F1 track.
It's called Albert Park.
And ironically, Albert Park is where F1 starts their season every year. So it's kind of like a...
It's kind of fitting that
Yeah.
coincidence that they started the online series here.
Crazy. Insane.
Insane.
Let's go through some facts of the track.
Big facts.
Wait.
Albert Park. I'll throw up a photo for you guys so you can see the general layout of the
Right
track
here,
and what it looks like.
The track is like this or something, you know?
It's got a high-speed straight through the finish. It's got some slow corners, some fast corners.
It's a very
and-
fast and flowing track. It's
Yeah.
very like right, left, kind of like dance, like nice, smooth, you know?
Isn't it like partially on main road, like public roads that are closed off?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's the appeal to Albert Park, is that it's a true track and road course built into one. Because essentially what they did is they have this man-made lake in Melbourne, and they pretty much just built a track around it. It takes 290,000 man-hours. It takes 6 jumbo jets filled with all the equipment, buildings,
To
everything.
build this track?
To build this track.
That's nuts.
And they do it in like 6 months.
Wait, they take it down and rebuild it
Yeah,
every year? Oh my gosh,
Bananas.
that is
Well,
bananas.
they kind of have to, because it's
Yeah, I
like
guess 'cause
it's
it's
like
a public
Monaco, where
road.
that it's
Yeah.
these are actual roads that people use, but then they shut this section down and be like, hey, we're gonna put an F1 race here, and you're
Yeah.
gonna come pay thousands of dollars.
Simwerks has a Twitch link that is pretty much always running. All right, so
Yeah, it's twitch.tv/TV
_Simwerks.
Simwerks.
I will put this link somewhere.
in the description below.
It's gonna be like
and
here.
it's gonna be somewhere over here and there.
If you're on YouTube, it's gonna be up here. If you're on Facebook, it's gonna be down here. If it's on Instagram,
And no matter where, it's just gonna be on the screen because it makes life easier.
The magic of video editing, right? Crazy.
star swipe, star swipe, star swipe.
29 drivers signed up. They're going to actually be split into Group A and then Group B as well. 15 drivers in the first race and 14 in the second race.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a absolute massacre on turn 1, 100%. So if you guys ever watched any sort of online race, regardless of it being like professional, virtual reality or whatever, turn 1 is always going to be very hectic.
Oh yeah,
and
'cause you
I'm
gotta
looking
send
forward
it.
to that.
You gotta send it in turn 1 and
So-
try and assert your dominance.
A few years ago, Michael Schumacher, actually more than a few years ago, set a lap record at 1:24. So far, the fastest we've seen, I believe, is 1:40.
Oh my
So
god.
these
Yeah.
guys here are slow compared to Schumacher, but
I think everyone's slow compared to Schumacher,
Man,
to be honest.
when I was younger, I used to call him Michael Shoemaker.
I think,
Schumacher.
Shoemaker. Is he okay? Is he still in a coma?
He's still in a coma.
He came out of a coma, didn't he?
I thought he was in a coma, dude. Like
thought-
he had a skiing accident. And
Yeah, that was like-
that's so sad.
Let's see. So
Michael Schumacher, I hope you're
That-
okay. If you ever listen to this one day, man, my heart goes out to you and your family.
true.
Anyway, on to the vehicle specs.
So judging by the difference of speeds, there's going to be a big difference in F1 specs versus the specs that we're racing. We're doing
It's-
Formula Indy Lights.
And we'll throw up a photo of what that car looks like.
Star swipe.
Yeah, Formula Indy Light.
I hope you put a star swipe every time I say star swipe.
I'll do my best.
On the hands. So I'd be like,
Okay,
Yeah.
so the vehicle weighs as much as Brandon after Thanksgiving. It's 675 kilograms.
wow. Oh, wow.
That's still really light considering my Jetta.
Considering I'm a human,
And my Jetta weighs close to it was like 3,000 pounds.
I
What's
mean,
that
it has
in kilograms?
about 500 pounds of just check engine lights. So, I mean,
Just all those spare bulbs every time the engine light goes out.
No, I'm
Yeah,
just,
675 kilograms. I think your average car weighs around 1,500 kilograms. My Jetta weighs 1,360 kilograms. These cars weigh 675 kilograms.
so about the half of a piece of shit Jetta. That's because you made a fat joke.
Anyways,
So they weigh 675 kilograms, 450 brake horsepower, 578 newton meters of torque.
578? That's okay. No one knows what newton meters of torque means. What is it in pound feet?
foot pounds? Let's look that up.
Pound
The
feet?
magic of Google. Am I right, guys?
Google.
Let's look
So,
this
so
shit
they
up.
have 450 brake horsepower. Brake horsepower is measured at the crankshaft rather than the wheels. So there's going to be a higher number at the crankshaft due to there being a loss in power through the drivetrain and such. So most vehicle manufacturers will boast the brake horsepower figure because it is higher, because
It makes it look better.
it does make it look better, because everyone thinks horsepower.
Don't be fooled by advertisements.
Also, everyone thinks horsepower is necessary to have a good car. You can have a.
352.
That's three.
Not bad.
Okay, anyway,
That's pretty balanced.
352
Foot-pounds of torque.
foot-pounds of torque. Isn't it
And a
pound
top
feet?
speed.
Foot pounds.
Foot-pounds or pound feet?
Foot pounds.
Well, it's foot times pounds.
Can you?
It doesn't, multiplication doesn't matter.
Okay.
Bed math, right?
I don't
Bacon,
math.
eggs. Fed mass, you know, bacon, eggs.
It stands for brackets,
Doritos.
exponents, Doritos.
Massachusetts, Altimas, and Civics.
Anyways.
With an S.
Civics with an S. And the vehicles can go over 250 kilometers an hour.
Converted to miles, we don't know, because miles is bullshit.
And whoever uses miles needs to change
Convert to the metric system.
You know, there's three.
We have Mark Andre, who is the Simwerks director / he drives a cool S2000 that says Trackwerks driver development on the side of it. You may have seen it at Calabogie or in front of Trackwerks.
Or on the roads.
We have Naresh is part of this. He was the head of MCO. He was on the board for MCO.
I think he stepped down.
We've
to do something,
I'll
but-
link the video somewhere, but we've done a video at an MCO autocross event where Naresh kindly spoke on camera and
Gave us a nice insight.
gave us
to
a
the
really
world
nice
of
insight, and he
MCO.
actually he invited us out to do autocross and introduced us to that. So thank you for that. That was unbelievable. All of you should try autocross. It's cheap. It's fun.
Very cheap and very fun, and it does so little wear on your car because you're going out for 30-second
Yeah.
stints at a time.
Just as long as your tires aren't rubbing on your fenders or anything from
Oh
being
my
too
God.
danced out.
Rest in peace,
Camber
Tony's tires.
gang. I rubbed some freaking marks on my tires because I had to screw
Yeah.
the fender liner.
Speaking of
Anyway, who else?
autocross, there's actually a lot of autocrossers in the series.
Really?
Yeah, there's Ralph Coolin. He's actually driving right there.
Oh, okay.
He's a manager at Canadian Tire on Carlin. The spot to get alignments and stuff done. Check it out. There is also Naresh, like you said. There's Mike Adamovtis.
Okay.
Adamovtis?
I don't know how to say that.
Guys, if we butcher your
sorry, guys.
Karabakak. Sorry, I don't know how to say your name, dude. But for
If
a
we
while
butcher
he-
your last names, we're sorry. Okay,
sorry.
we're sorry.
Anyway, Ege drives a sweet RX-8 that we've seen at Calabogie.
That guy's
and,
nasty at driving. So.
He held the record for the Simwerks December
bit.
Hot Lap
He did
Challenge.
that. He got destroyed though by some dudes.
I know.
Destroyed.
The record for the Hot Lap Challenge for quite a while until a couple dudes came and absolutely destroyed that.
Yeah,
Anyways,
somebody sent dudes and it happened, unfortunately.
Sent
but
dudes. So that's a bit about the
Eggy's-
course.
yeah.
That's the drivers. That's we just wanted to give you a little insight on what's going on, how our setup works. We have dual monitors going on over here. As you can see right now, Brandon is flipping through the screens. So here, Brandon, why don't you kindly take us through? So right now we have a view of one car. How are they going to see this? From the camera behind us?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Excuse me.
So we can have multiple perspectives of whatever we want, whichever car we want. So let's say there's some action going on at turn 2 called Sports Center. That's the name of turn 2. We can get right to the action, view the car that's in front, the car that's trying to get past him, just kind of see what's going on. Very lovely cinematic views. Oh yeah, look at that. Here's a bit of the course so you guys can see what's popping.
I wish a center Corsa would give us a map of the track so we can better explain
Figure out
where
what
we
turn
are.
they're at. Hey guys, thank you for watching.
Much appreciated.
It was a lot of fun.
That was awesome. We've never done that before. We were live commentating on a virtual reality race hosted by Simwerks. How'd you guys find that?
It was interesting.
It was really cool. It gave us a really cool experience to be like, oh, we're telling people what's going on, and then being like, hey, you just won the race. How'd that feel?
Yeah, and
it felt
like-
pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was like a weird talk show, but like commentating and talking with people in a race and talking with people who were watching the race. So it felt like we were like the middlemen of like an event. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we weren't running the event, but we were part of the event and part of the experience.
So yeah, it was streamed live on Twitch, where we were interacting with the viewers of the live stream. We had about 600 people total tune in to the stream tonight, which is awesome for the first run of this.
So thank you for that.
Thank
really
you for that.
appreciate it.
Awesome. And we really hope you guys enjoyed that because we're new to this, and this is the first of its kind as far as we know in the Ottawa area.
And not the last.
Not
Next
the
week,
last.
we have
Next
more
Sunday.
races.
Yeah, this is just race number 1 of how many races are we doing? 17, I think it was.
I believe it's
17,
17.
yeah.
17 or 16 in total.
So today they raced at in Melbourne, Australia at Albert Park. Next week we'll be in Barcelona. which
At
is-
Bologna.
Bologna in Barcelona.
A lot of the tracks are Formula One Grand Prix tracks. So if you ever want to learn a little bit about the tracks, go on Simwerks list of tracks and look at the tracks, see what the lap times were around there, and compare the series versus other series.
Yeah.
See how the drivers are doing.
And,
If you have a favorite driver, comment, tell us about it. Maybe we could get a little more info on that guy or girl. It's open.
And if you guys are looking to get involved in the next race series, be sure to go on Simwerks' website. Or if you guys are just looking to get some seat time on these awesome simulators that are around us, stop by Simwerks anytime, book online, or just walk in. Someone will be here to happily assist you. Thank you for watching. This is a cold Sunday in January, so it's nice to be inside. It's nice to be doing something that involves racing without actually,
Killing your wallet with gas.
it's cool. And
It's different.
usually, like, historically throughout the winter, we haven't really done much. So it's cool to be
part of
introducing something that's new to us and new to you guys. And we really hope you guys enjoy it. We're putting in a lot of work and effort to ensure that you guys have some awesome content to watch. So thank you for that. We appreciate you. And you're all special. You all matter.
We'll see you guys next week with even more race content, live streams, Twitch, more Brandon vaping, more Ramsey talking with his face.
Make sure to
and
check us out on Instagram
me
and
saying random
Facebook.
stuff that
And
makes
YouTube.
no sense at all.
And YouTube.
And YouTube.
At TheGreasyFix. Thank you for watching. We will see you next time. Brandon, let's go hit it.